You think you want to say look at this? And I want more. I'm a victim of what came out of your demon-infested Who the hell do you think you are? Give it up. I'm a nigga. You do want to be employed, don't you? You know what I see? I see your mother. I see two spoiled, ungrateful little rich bitches. That's what I see. I enjoy destroying lives.
One, and we are on. Who are you? It's Beer Drink. Yeah. Dear Vince Podcast, episode 9, and I'm here with George Kennebrew. What's cracking, man?
Yo, it's back to life, back to reality.
Hey.
That's right.
Hey, you know what? Right. I want to start off this podcast with a shout out, man. We had a guy from Twitter, and of course YouTube as well, because that's where the podcast is based, on the YouTube channel. But Billy, Billy, at COLUMBILLY. He stated at It's Beer Drink, another solid recap on the Dear Vince podcast. Check it out. Who are you? And then he even dropped a link to the podcast. Shout out to you, Billy, man. We'd like to thank you for listening.
We appreciate you, man. Thank you. And another thing before we get started into our actual program, whatever the hell it is that we're doing. Mm-hmm. I just want to let you know that I did spread the podcast on my Weekly Slam Facebook page. So for all of you legions of Dear Vince podcast listeners, diehards out there that listen to me and my man AG every Wednesday or / Thursday morning, if you want to put it like that. Yeah. You can always go and find all of the previous episodes of DVP on my Weekly Slam Facebook page. So all you got to do is just go to Facebook and just type in The Weekly Slam in the Facebook search engine. I got them all on there, 1 through 8. That's right. I even got the latest one that we did last week when we were, kind of fantasy booking, this whole Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, the Fiend type thing. So, be sure to go and check out the latest episode that we dropped last week, Definitely. As well as the previous episodes. But either way, man, it's good shit. Good shit. You're gonna get uncensored, uncut, raw, authentic, commentary, on professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we are. We are the rawest professional wrestling podcast on YouTube, on the internet for that matter. I mean, just ask our boy Billy. You know what I'm saying? You heard what AG said.
At Columbilly, at COLUMBILLY on Twitter. Make sure you go follow him. And once again, thanks for that. Thanks for that plug. Thanks for that link. That's what's up.
Kudos to you, Columbilly.
That's what it does.
You're a fan of ours forever. For real.
That's what it does. But shit, man, we are going to start this thing off with, I guess, the Raw reunion. Like what did you have any favorite segments of the Raw reunion?
Yeah, you know what, man? I thought about this and I was like, you know what? It's really a damn shame, like how WWE tries to camouflage or mask their own deficiencies or mistakes. Because my thing about it is, it's like, okay, Vince, you're not fooling anybody here, okay? Like, we're not none of these jock sniffing marks out here that are just brainwashed by, there's a Raw reunion show going on. But at the same time, you dumb motherfuckers are supposed to be building up for SummerSlam. That's only 2 weeks away, which you haven't done completely.
It's almost like they haven't done it at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody's dumb here, Vince. And my thing is like, not only that, but you want to create, like, probably one of the biggest clusterfucks that you've ever created on television by trying to sandwich in current SummerSlam storylines when you're supposed to be having this big, wonderful nostalgia show, which nobody's going to pay fucking attention to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I liked it though.
WWE couldn't get any dumber.
Hold up. So you didn't enjoy the reunion show?
No. I'm not saying that I did not enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that why are you trying to sandwich in current storylines when all of that is supposed to be pushed completely to the side?
Oh yeah.
And this is it's supposed to be all about nostalgia.
Yeah,
you could have done that next week.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, because that was a thing that I think I even hit you up immediately after I saw it. Because of course I watched that shit late. But when I saw the Fiend, I'm like, why in the fuck did they bring the Fiend to attack Mick Foley like that? It just didn't. I mean, I kind of no, it didn't make any sense. So I didn't get it. It just didn't make any sense. Like my thing is,
Actually, let me intervene real quick and let me set the record straight.
To the rescue. What's up?
This is the wrestling mastermind. You know, this is wrestling insight, detail, 1-on-1. So, you know, all you non-knowledgeable wrestling motherfuckers out there, aka the jock sniffers.
And there are a lot of you. There are a lot of you. So please listen up. Okay. So here's the deal. I understand at first when we saw the Fiend appear, you know, we were like, what the hell? Well, no, we weren't like, what the hell? We were like, oh, fucking yeah. Like, the Fiend is here again for a second week. Yeah.
But, okay, so your misunderstanding was you do not understand why he attacked Mick Foley. Well, allow me to bring to you the solution to your question or to your misunderstanding. The reason why Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, appeared on the Raw reunion to attack Mick Foley for the simple fact of the long, illustrious, traditional reason of why any hot new character gimmick would appear on a nostalgia show.
Oh yeah.
To attack a legend.
Yeah.
It's to get over.
Yeah, to get it over.
To get over, man.
Yeah. And you know what's fucked up? I didn't even remember because like you actually put me in that mindset when I texted you. Like you said, like, oh, it's to get them over. It's to get them over. Because to be honest, a lot of even like the Raw fan or the WWE fan that doesn't really watch it religiously like that anymore, and then they heard about it. You know what I'm saying? Word about, oh shit, it's a Raw reunion show. They would go on and watch that. Yeah, so I understand exactly what you said. I forgot we even already had this conversation. So
and then and then on top of that, what made it even sweeter, I believe, is that in case it kind of went over your head, he actually choked Mick Foley unconscious with his own move.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But not only, but get this though. Here's another lemon on top of the tea. Mm-hmm. Not only did he choke him out with the mandible claw unconscious, but he did it with the microphone.
I didn't notice that.
Because if you notice, when he put the move on him, the Fiend I'm talking about. Yeah. When he put the hold on Foley, if you notice, the reason why you were able to hear Foley growling so loud is because he did it and stuffed the microphone in his mouth.
He choked that motherfucker with the microphone.
Over in people's heads. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I mean, I did notice that you could hear it, but I didn't really think about it like that. So that's pretty.
Yeah, good. I mean, how gangster is that? Like, not only did they put the Fiend over strong, but they had the guy choke the guy out
with his own
his own move that he invented. I should say. With a live mic in his mouth so you can hear him gurgling while he's being temporarily paralyzed by this punishing hold.
Yeah. So
it doesn't get any better than that.
Once again, Genius Bray, Beautiful. Man. Yep, definitely that. But I guess that was a moment. What's up? Let me know.
No, I was gonna say now here's the thing. Okay. Now this is where I'm gonna kind of bring it back to reality and actually, if I may, for just a second, AG, I want to also correlate something that Bully Ray said on the Busted Open podcast, which I believe I sent you a clip of on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to correlate that from what he said into my point.
Right.
Now, as good as and effective as this Bray Wyatt the Fiend appearance was for the second week, This needs to be the last time.
Yeah.
Until the go home show.
Mm-hmm.
Until the go home Raw show for SummerSlam that we need to see Bray Wyatt the Fiend.
Yep.
Let alone Bray Wyatt, just his normal Firefly Funhouse self altogether.
Yeah.
And where I'm going to correlate what Bully Ray said, and this is something very potent, so listen up, Marks. Bully Ray said, as you heard in the clip, that in order for Bray to really get this Fiend character over, it's got to be special.
Yep.
He's gotta treat this special. He can't be on Raw every week.
Yeah, because then it's gonna get monotonous. Like just how I said, like maybe 2 weeks. I'm like, yo, man, they need to chill out on it. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So he cannot do it. He cannot do it every week in order for it to be special. And this is another very interesting thing that Bully Ray put up or said, I should say, on the Busted Open podcast, and he said that Bray's got to learn how to say no. Especially when it comes to Vince and when it comes to Vince's merry band of writers. Even the great Paul Heyman himself. Bray has got to feel right, and he's got to feel it's the right moment in order for the Fiend to appear.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about you and me, AG, as well as all of the actual, competent wrestling fans that actually have common sense out there. Like, we really want to see this version of Bray Wyatt and this whole Firefly Funhouse thing prosper to the maximum.
Mm-hmm.
But
definitely,
in order for that to happen, Bray has got to put his foot down and he's got to stand his ground with these WWE writers. And if he doesn't feel right at that particular moment to appear on a certain episode of Raw, then he's got to say no. He cannot let, like I said, even the great Paul Heyman, as great as he is, he can't even let Paul Heyman himself influence him to have the Fiend appear on Raw more than he needs to.
Yeah.
Because
you gotta build, you gotta make sure that suspense is still there. Like, it can't be a thing to where it's like, oh, I can't wait till the Firefly Funhouse come. You know what I'm saying? It has to be almost a gift. Like go a couple weeks without it, and then whenever it pops up, I get you. 100.
Not only just a couple of weeks. Hell, go a whole month or 2 months.
But they can't afford to do it. But truthfully, they can't afford to do it now since they built the foundation by the attack. Now, that wasn't the building of the foundation. That was just the possibility. But then they built the foundation on SmackDown with the whole, but I'm getting ahead of the whole thing. But it is what it is. Shit, we can go all over the place. But that was the foundation being built as far as like how Finn was shook and all that shit, the way it's like, shit, somebody finally got to the coolest motherfucker in the WWE. He got him edgy. He got him fucked up in the game.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, And like you said, we're already just going all over the place anyway. We ain't got nothing to hide from y'all. Shit, this is damn Dear Vince podcast. Shit, we do what the hell we want to do. But anyway, since we're already just going forward with it now, what I was telling you before we went on air is that with my fantasy booking of this build to SummerSlam, WWE slightly threw me off. They fucked me up like very minimal because they did not have Finn come out there shook from the beginning.
With no music.
They should have had him.
Yeah.
They should have. I mean, he could even came out there with the music. I don't even give a shit about that.
Yeah, but
that was just me fantasy booking him coming out there with no music. But my thing is they could have sold the shit out of this if they would have just had Balor come out there while his music was playing.
Just normal.
And like I was saying last week, have that blank, motionless, unexpressive look on his face, not doing the whole, arms waving up thing or whatever.
And I definitely
slowly,
get you.
Right.
Because it was almost like a thing to where it snapped in. It was like a switch. You know what I'm saying? And that, so But it could have been. It could have been that.
Just have him calmly. Just walk to the ring, very stoic. Have him looking around. You know what I'm saying? Seeing if the Fiend is actually gonna pop up out of the crowd or whatever the case may be. Just have him looking paranoid as hell.
Yeah.
Or paranoid as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they slightly fucked me up right there.
Yeah,
with my fantasy booking.
Had they done it that way, you would have fucking batted 1,000. Like that would have been the perfect. Like it pretty much would have been like they listen to but they do listen to the Dear Vince podcast. That's why it's so similar. They had to switch it up some, man. You know what I'm saying?
They did.
They got to switch it up some. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it couldn't be all the way perfect.
Yeah,
right?
because then we could sue them. We could sue them. You know what I'm saying? But no, but the one thing, and that I kind of understand the psychology of why they did, listen to our booking and switch it up a little bit, was I think they were going for like almost just how I said, like the switch. Like he went out like normal, like it was almost repetitious. When his music goes on, he has a routine. He goes out. He has fun with the crowd. But as soon as the Fiend and Bray Wyatt was mentioned, then it clicked with him. Like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? It could be a thing like that. So
yeah,
it is either or. This is a great fucking angle. And we called this bitch. We called this over a month. We called this a month ago. We called this, I believe, on the second episode of the Dear Vince podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we called it, and it is what it is, man. And I'm so happy that the WWE heard us loud and clear, and they went forward with it.
It's just a shame that the Demon won't be included in this, because I had a damn good fantasy booking, especially when we do the SummerSlam prediction show. Of
question real quick though. Why are you so certain that the Demon won't be present? And I already know why, because I understand booking, and I understand that just how you said last week that Finn is supposed to be taking a little hiatus. So, but just explain that. Mm-hmm.
I guess because, well, number one, and I'm not saying that, he's got all the answers and, he's always accurate, but most of the time he is. And the guy that I'm talking about, of course, is Dave Meltzer, because, he's like the number one, wrestling insider in the world. And I will give him that, because most of the stuff that he does say, it is mostly, accurate or whatever.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
So,
but look, we're like the new black tag team Dave Meltzer, because we predict the future too. So shout out to us. But go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. No doubt about that. But no, I was just saying that I was just reading like some of his tweets or whatnot, and a fan, even asked him, is it possible that Finn is going to come to SummerSlam when the match does get made with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, as the Demon? And Dave Meltzer just flat out said no.
Yeah.
Now, going to your point, because I just thought about this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe there just might be a slight hunch that WWE might be trying to swerve us low-key and try to, build the suspense up. And, he might just let Dave Meltzer tell the public, a.k.a. us, supposedly, that, there's no Demon. He's just coming to SummerSlam as just regular, extraordinary man, Mr. Cool, Finn Balor.
Yep.
But
doubt it. Mm-hmm.
The thing of it is, here's the thing. Here's how you know. And this is what I figured out over the past couple of years in this, I guess if you want to call it this new era of WWE. I found out that the swerves happen, especially when there's a surprise. It's all about the entrances. So it's all about who comes out first.
Yeah.
Now, that will be a very telling thing. See, this is how great this whole angle is, because the entrances are going to just be spectacular.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
what I'm saying? So
because we haven't really had an official entrance of the Fiend.
We really haven't.
Yeah, so I understand where you're going.
Imagine what that's going to be like, actually seeing the Fiend actually make an official entrance into a WWE arena. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Is all I'll say. But anyway,
I wonder. Hey, just a hot take. You think he'll come out with like a gang of kids, like a gang of weird, like not zombie, but like mind control kids? That would be dope. That would be real dope.
Yeah.
But
I got a couple of ideas. I got a couple of ideas myself, but I'll save that for the SummerSlam prediction show.
Closer to.
But anyway, so like I said, it's all about who comes out first. Now, if the Fiend does come out first, then that will tell it all. Because if Finn Balor wasn't going to be the Demon, he'd come out first.
Oh yeah.
But
100.
if Bray comes out as the Fiend first, and like, you know what I'm saying, you know, because you know how WWE likes to do it. They like to wait a good 10 seconds, let the crowd get pumped up, you know, let them, you know what I'm saying, anticipate, and then all of a sudden, boom, the music hits.
Let us down.
Now, if it's 10 seconds, if it's a 10-second delay after the Fiend comes out, then the Demon is coming.
Oh, okay, I got you. But look,
and
oh no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and that would be the greatest damn swerve of all time.
Yeah,
like just that 10-second delay, because like I said, if Balor wasn't going to come out as the Demon, as soon as the Fiend appears, Bray Wyatt, they'll just play his music like automatically.
But go ahead, my bad.
If there is that 10 seconds of dead air, fasten your seatbelt. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fasten your seatbelt, folks. Well, look, we're gonna go ahead and get off of this, but I'm gonna just give a quick, pretty much my, not a prediction, because like I said, that's gonna be on a whole nother show. But as far as the Demon, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, it would be almost ignorant for the WWE to have Finn wrestle as the Demon for the fact of him taking this hiatus, and it hadn't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? It's all about hearsay. But in a way, if, say, they do bring out Bray first, and then that 10 seconds, and then they bring out the Demon, then it's going to be, or even if the Demon comes out first, and then they give a 20-second, you know what I'm saying? And then, okay, you already know the Demon's coming out. Because if I'll put it this way, they have to be looking so far ahead to where the Demon is going to, or not the Demon, the Fiend has to beat this shooken up Bray Wyatt. He goes on hiatus. He comes back as the Demon to haunt the Fiend. You know what I'm saying? Because like if they, I'll put it this way, if they were to have the Fiend versus the Demon with this little bit of time to even really paint the picture before the match happens, it's already squashing the Demon. It's already squashing the Demon and already kind of set. You know what I'm saying? It almost kills the effect that the Fiend has.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, so SummerSlam, definitely SummerSlam. We are definitely gonna see a vulnerable Finn Balor take on the Fiend. Definitely, there's no way around it.
And just one last thing about this, and I promise we'll put a ball on this after this. Now that you say all that, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Because, number one, it protects the Demon. Finn Balor. Yeah, it does protect the Demon.
It protects both of them.
Yeah, it does. It protects both of them. But in particular, it protects the Demon from, having that first loss, being that he is undefeated when Finn Balor does go into that, persona. And then you just, kind of, brighten up, my thought process because it's like, it's like, if we get the Demon at SummerSlam versus the Fiend, then, and of course,
it's over.
unless,
Yep.
And, or unless WWE just completely swerves us all and has, Bray Wyatt lose to Balor, which I don't think they'll do. But then again, I'm not putting it past WWE. But be that as it may,
I know, right?
but yeah, if we were to get these two as their alter egos at SummerSlam, as big of an event as it is, just to have the Demon get squashed by the Fiend, then
Done deal.
That's it. That's it. We'll never see that again.
But exactly.
Yes.
If the Fiend does exactly what he's supposed to do, which is he's already in Finn Balor's head, and the Fiend beats Finn Balor. Finn Balor goes on a hiatus, and maybe around WrestleMania season, Finn comes back, and you know what I'm saying? It's like pretty much that's the only way they can book this thing.
And the beautiful thing about that is if you do it leading up to a WrestleMania match, number one, that gives us a longer program with these two, and on top of that, we really get to see the creative, you know what I'm saying, the creative minds of both Balor and Wyatt really come to life. So if you ask me, I would be better off seeing that, just seeing a longer, drawn-out program.
That's what it's going to be.
Between both of their alter egos, as opposed to it ending just like that at SummerSlam.
And then look, a real quick hot take on this. That's the reason why. Because it was like we said, it's going to be Bray, Finn Balor, Demon, Fiend. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. But that's the reason why I know for a fact that it's going that way, is because they don't have enough time to paint the picture of, you know what I'm saying, what it is. And then with the whole, like I said, when you told me that last week on episode 8 of Finn, you know, possibly wanting like a little hiatus and time off from wrestling, that made all the sense in the world, because it's like a quick, easy in and out. And then for the next month, 2 months, where the fuck is Finn Balor? Why isn't he on WWE TV at all? But then it's like, shit, he just got destroyed by the Fiend, and then it makes the build up to where they can actually paint the picture afterwards. Maybe even bring Finn Balor in and lose. Maybe have Finn Balor come back and lose to No Way Jose. You know what I'm saying? Because that loss was so whatever, and then no implications of him bringing out the Demon until a week before SummerSlam. Or not SummerSlam, before WrestleMania, or you know what I'm saying, whatever event that they would want to. So the possibilities are endless on this angle. Shout out to the WWE. Shout out Finn Balor. Shout out fucking ultimately Bray Wyatt. Y'all got one. Man. Y'all got one right here. But damn, we but this is, like I said, this is our podcast. We do what the fuck we want to do. What was your favorite moment of Raw reunion?
Oh man, you know what?
You know what too? Your top 2 favorite moments of Raw reunion.
Oh, okay. He gave me 2. All right. Well, in that case, for my number 1, I know it's corny as it might be.
Two first. You know what I'm saying? Like your second favorite and then your first favorite. Yeah.
Okay, second favorite and then the number 1. Okay, so my second favorite moment of the Raw reunion would probably have to be, and I know, you know, some people might, you know, think, you know, I'm kind of corny and cheesy for choosing this moment, but when I saw this particular person, I was like, whoa, he is here. And that was the Sami Zayn, Rey Mysterio match, and the part where Sami Zayn thought that he was going to, you know, just weasel his way out of the match with Rey Mysterio, and then all of a sudden, Rob Van Dam's music hit.
Oh, God. I was like, that was so fire. One of my top 5 favorites to watch all time is that guy.
I was like, Rob fucking Van Dam is back on a WWE TV screen.
Who'd have thought?
Well, geez, what a time to be alive. Even though he looked like he's still been smoking on that perp.
Oh, no, he was.
Too many of them, burritos. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay.
Yeah,
I was glad to see him.
He's burrito mania right now. You could tell.
For real. You know what I'm saying? You know, the whole burrito show. You know what I mean? Like all of that. You know what I mean? Like, the
Well, hey,
the van burrito nader. You know what I mean?
Well, look, hey, let's do it like
for
this. Let's do it like this. You did your two. That way it won't be you do. You know what I'm saying? You two, then one, then me two, and one. I'm gonna do my second favorite, and then after that, you do your first favorite. That makes more sense. All right, my second favorite moment of the entire Raw reunion show was how they treated the 24/7 belt. Like you know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
Like how they kind of.
You had to take my number one.
That was your number one? Was that your number one for real?
Man. Yes.
And I just came up freestyle the fucking idea of doing it too. You do too. I do too. And then, damn it. It is what it is, man. But look, like I said, I'll be brief with it and then you can bring up more points. How about that? Like,
that's fine.
I just like the fact that they incorporated the 24/7 belt so much during the show that it almost kind of brought a weird, I ain't gonna say weird, it brought a further legitimacy of the belt because the legends were going after it, and it's still a funny title, but and I like the fact that it showed how much Vince is taking care of R-Truth, to be totally honest. Like I really like the fact that they had so many title changes, but then at the end of the night, R-Truth got the belt back. So like I said, and it's funny, like just how a lot of people were down or talking shit about the Fiend and the Firefly Funhouse whole angle and gimmick when it first came out, but then people are on. I was one of the people that was just a 100% against the 24/7 belt for how it looked, and just we both were. But like it really makes for some good comedic relief on the show, and I fuck with it.
It really is.
And they got the best guy in R-Truth to fucking really just make it its own.
Yeah, man, I gotta agree with you on that. You know, R-Truth has really, solidified himself, I think, as, a future legend with this 24/7 championship. I think this is probably the best thing that could have happened in R-Truth's career.
Definitely. Definitely.
Like I think this erases with this 24/7 championship run and this whole him being involved in this whole storyline. Like when I go back to him, his days is just, Raw and the Truth killings and TNA, or doing the whole K-Quick thing with Road Dogg, back in like 2001, 2002. Like this erases all of that. Like
it kind of does.
When it's time for him, whenever that is, to finally get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame,
and he will be a first year. He will be
career.
Definitely, and he will be a first year inducted when he retires. Because the thing that I love about R-Truth is the fact that he can fucking wrestle. He is such a great in-ring performer. To be totally honest, if you really looked, and it is what it is. Like this is the episode that we should probably do next week. But I'm not. You know what? I'll talk to you about it next after we're done with this. But if he got the opportunities, he would be involved in so many fucking 4.5, 5-star matches if he had the opportunity to work with certain people.
I believe it.
Yeah, but as far as in-ring ability, R-Truth is probably top 10 ever to do it. And that's a bold statement, but R-Truth is athletic. He can wrestle. He sells like a motherfucker, and he can cut a promo. Period.
Yes, he can.
Yeah, and so I definitely agree with everything that you just said as far as that. Like R-Truth is definitely getting what he deserves right now.
And think about this too, AG. I think this is something that we kind of overlook very, very frequently. Like, not only has this 24/7 championship push / storyline kind of elevated R-Truth even higher into, the history books of WWE, so to speak. But think about this. He single-handedly revived Carmella's career.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Just think about this time last year.
After that scandal, too. After that scandal with Corey Graves. Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Not only just that, but think about this. think about that SmackDown Women's Championship run she had last year, which let's just go ahead and just be honest. It was dull as hell.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it got over just as much as the Iconics are the tag team champs right now. Though I love it. I love how they do it. I love how they do. I love the Iconics.
Her feud with Asuka, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was like watching,
highlight.
you know what I'm saying, a professional wrestling episode of America's Funniest Home Videos. Like that ass serious. You know what I'm saying? Like it was clunky as fuck. Like let's put all the spades on the table. But ever since, and you know what's ironic about this, AG? Think about this. This whole thing with R-Truth and Carmella started back on the Mixed Match Challenge last year.
Oh, yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And think about how minimal and minor
that
the Mixed Match Challenge is compared to everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because the Mixed Match Challenge was something that was like, what the fuck? They didn't even, like, wasn't those just televised on, or not televised, wasn't they just put on immediately after Raw?
It was on Facebook Watch.
Nigga, Facebook. See, I was about to say the fucking network. It was on Facebook Watch. Damn.
It was on Facebook Watch. So think about that. So think about this.
Holy shit.
So when Carmella and R-Truth first hooked up as, like, you know, an on-screen team, pair, whatever you want to call them, it was literally for nothing because nobody really gave a fuck about the Mixed Match Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But quiet as kept, they never separated after that.
Because
that
they had
wasn't
chemistry.
Just a one and done thing.
Yeah, they probably had behind the curtain chemistry and just actually were cool with each other. And not saying that not saying he blowing her back out or anything like that, but
no, I'm just saying. Yeah. No, I'm just saying because I'm just putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, and I'm just like, it's very ironic how these two came together over something that was, you know, very
minuscule and small and
and something that nobody didn't
non-moving,
even pay attention
non-moving the cogs.
But low key, they still stayed together after Mixed Match Challenge, and in essence, the more they appeared on SmackDown, the more attention they started to get, and more importantly, the more attention Carmella started to get, and now she's starting to, you know, get cheered and starting to get even more over with the fans.
Oh yeah.
And then you fast forward to a couple of months back, WWE comes up with which we thought at first was a total sad excuse of an idea for this 24/7 championship.
Yeah.
And then voila.
It's over.
Like, all they did was put the championship on R-Truth.
Yeah, on the right
and
person.
And put Carmella as, like, a centerpiece of the storyline, and bam! They're one of the most popular acts in WWE right now.
Yep, two people over with the right fucking writing and the right gimmick. Because, like I said, that belt's nothing but a gimmick. That belt is not a championship belt. That belt is fucking the Fiend. That belt is fucking Doink the Clown. That's all that belt is a gimmick. And it's dope that they were smart enough to actually make a gimmick in order to get over people that are apparently doing the right things behind, you know what I'm saying, behind the curtain.
And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. And another thing that just dropped in my mind too, check this out. We completely just forgot about this, like, altogether. Not only has R-Truth single-handedly rejuvenated Carmella's career, but he's further rejuvenated Drake Maverick's career.
Oh yeah, definitely that, because Drake Maverick, like, he never had a career in the WWE.
In WWE,
yeah, he never got over. He never got over.
Just a few months
and his wife
back,
fine as fuck.
Just a few months back,
his wife bad.
This guy. Yeah, just a few months back, they put this guy with the Authors of Pain as their manager, was not a good fit, did not work out, nothing like that. Then, all of a sudden, this 24/7 championship gets created. They put him, you know, right in the thick of the thing, and like, now he's become like what, like a 2-time, 4-time 24/7 champion now?
Yeah, yep.
and is a highlight of Monday Night Raw every week.
Yep, every week. Yep, you're right.
But that's all because of R-Truth.
Yep,
it all goes back to Truth.
Shout out fucking R-Truth. Hey, real quick question for you: does Drake Maverick's wife, like, is she part of the industry? Does she wrestle at all? Is she trained, or
From what I've heard.
Because she's in really good shape. That's why I asked. Because she's in really good shape.
No. You're right. You're right. Because from what I've heard, yes, she has competed. As a matter of fact, little fun fact for you.
This is why I got this motherfucker on the show. This is why. This is why I'm co-host and he's co-host. That's why we co-hosting each other. You son of a bitch. This is the Dear Vince podcast, and we are episode 9, and we killing this shit, nigga. Share this shit. But let me know, man. Let me know, man, because I had no idea. I just looked at her and I'm like,
okay. So fun fact. Not only has she wrestled before, but she was actually one of the competitors in the first ever Mae Young Classic a couple of years ago.
Didn't know that.
See? Yeah, man.
Okay, look. One more question.
You gotta enlighten the people, man.
Yeah, are they really married? Are they really?
Yes, they are. They are legitimately married. This is what we call a shoot marriage. They are shoot husband and wife. This is not a storyline. Yeah, this is not on screen. Like, these two get in the same limo, get on the same plane, go to
jump
the
in the
same house,
same
sleep in the same bed. Yes.
Word up. Well, shit. Well, your number one favorite moment or best moment of Raw reunion.
That was it. The 24/7 championship.
Well, damn. So we did all of, okay, so I got to go to my first, and truthfully, fuck. You know what? My first is going to be really quick, but then I got a good topic that we can definitely shoot on for about, a good minute. I say my first favorite, because to be totally honest, that was almost my first, because I just liked just how we went on about it for that long. There's so many elements of that belt, R-Truth, like everybody surrounding it. So like I said, that's definitely a notable moment that a lot of you, what we call marks, wouldn't even understand that it was actually more important than just seeing one of your favorite wrestlers from the 90s and 2000s popping up on the show. But let me think. Shit, I had it in my head. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just go ahead and freestyle. Like, I'm gonna freestyle it. If I come back and remember my real number one, I'll say it. But it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. I like the fact of how Ric Flair came out. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, Ric Flair came out.
I love this.
And
I love this.
Hulk Hogan came out. And they were bowing down to each other, whatever. And they're definitely known to, like, most wrestling fans as the number one and number two greatest wrestlers of all time. I put Ric Flair in my top 5, but not so much Hulk Hogan. Like, definitely the character. But I like the fact that Stone Cold Steve Austin had the last fucking say in the ring and on the mic. And the one thing that I think this may be it. The reason why I liked Stone Cold's entire segment on there was the fact that he went off on a tangent to talk about how the night exactly, definitely real, how the night before he had a run-in with Ron Simmons, because I'm sick of people just giving Ron Simmons a damn and that's it. I love the fact that he spotlighted Ron Simmons. I love that.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. Let me just get the floor for about a good, just 5 minutes here, okay? Because you just ignited something.
I'll be opening up can of worms. Like, there's some worm. There's a worm can over there, and I just got all these can openers.
Like for real, man. I just need the stage for just about 5 minutes, and then we'll shift it directly back to you, because I just thought about something when you talked about Ron Simmons. Let me tell y'all something that are listening, to this podcast right now. We'll be listening to this tomorrow, the next day, and of course the next day.
Until next Wednesday.
Until next Wednesday. So basically, what it is, man, is like what my partner AG here was saying about, how when people think of Ron Simmons, they just associate him as the man who says "damn" all the time.
Damn.
Well,
fuck out of here.
Let me enlighten y'all once again. This is my wrestling mastermind.
Damn. I gotta
coming
say it
out
again.
of me, okay? All right. So basically, what I'm gonna say is that little does anybody know who's actually like a real diehard wrestling fan. Ron Simmons, is a real pioneer. Hear me when I say this.
There would be no Kofi.
Ron Simmons is a real life pioneer, trailblazer, trendsetter. And yes, for all of my other friends of other ethnicities, you know where I'm going. And hell yes, I'm going on here. You know why?
Shit.
Because I'm black and I'm proud. And my
Say
brother
it
James Brown said it.
loud.
God rest his soul. But anyway, Ron Simmons is a real life pioneer, trendsetter, trailblazer, whatever you want to call it. And it's not just for the fact that he was the first recognized African-American world heavyweight champion in WCW. No. Ron Simmons was one of those guys, or no, let me rephrase, was the guy that made it possible not only for African-American wrestlers to make it in wrestling who were athletic, who came from legitimate athletic backgrounds.
Shout out Florida State University.
Shout out the Florida State University. But not only did he make it possible for African-American wrestlers to be athletic and come from athletic backgrounds, but here's the most important part, y'all. He made it possible for African-American wrestlers, watch this, because here it comes, to compete on the biggest stages against the top superstars in their organization. Because let's go back, because I remember the date that he won the belt.
Against Vader?
I remember.
Yeah, against Vader.
August the 2nd, 1992. And check this out, Jock Snippers. I bet you didn't know this. He didn't win the WCW World title on WCW Saturday Night. And guess what? He also didn't win it on WCW Main Event. You want to know where Ron Simmons won his first world title? It was on a damn house show.
Let him know.
That shit wasn't even televised.
Let him know.
That shit wasn't even televised, y'all. He won that shit in front of a live crowd at a house show. Think about that shit. History was made at a damn house show. How many times before house shows even started blowing up the way that they did?
Yeah, before the internet. This is before everyone was so savvy to the internet, folks.
Yeah, this is before all of that. This is before the 21st century came. Okay, but what I'm saying is that how many times, especially, and this was the early 90s, y'all. This was 92. Okay, this is when we were steadily, going and transitioning into the new age of wrestling where, gimmicks and personalities and stuff were starting to take the forefront. Okay, so back to what I was saying. How many times did you see a world championship? Now, this was a world championship victory that happened at a house show back then. Never happened. Not even in the WWF. When it was the WWF.
Yeah.
That's how much of a trendsetter, pioneer, and trailblazer Ron Simmons was. Ron did that shit at a house show when nobody wasn't even doing that shit.
Yeah.
Not even the great WWF.
You know what? That takes me back because it was Vader, correct?
It was Vader. Yes,
but Ned, I actually remember, this is very weird. Like as soon, I don't know what it just resonated with me as soon as you said it that passionately about at a house show. The following week on the TV show, they showed it. They showed like kind of a highlight thing of him power slamming fucking Vader and then winning the belt. That's crazy because I didn't really even remember it as that. I thought I remembered it as being on the show, But then when you think about it, I didn't see I can't recollect the entire match. So damn, that's crazy. It's like, yeah, this is one like this is 100% facts, folks.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and like AG was saying, going back to what he was saying before I even started, going into this history. If it wasn't for Ron Simmons, like he said, you damn right, there would be no Booker T, there would be no Kofi Kingston, there would be no Dwayne Johnson.
Nope.
Yes, there would be no Dwayne Johnson, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? In case y'all don't know, where did Dwayne Johnson get his start before he, became one of the biggest superstars in WWF?
The Nation of Domination.
And AG, correct me if I'm wrong.
The leader.
Who was the leader of the Nation of Domination back then? What was his name?
Farouk, a.k.a. Ron Simmons.
Thank you very much. So check this out. So for all of y'all that's associating my brother with just saying damn. How about he was your favorite fucking wrestler's mentor? He gave your favorite fucking wrestler his start. He put your favorite wrestler over. The Rock.
100%.
That's right. The People's Champion, the pie-eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising, all of that good shit. Yeah. He got his start in the Nation of Domination when Ron Simmons was running that shit.
Hey, and where was The Rock at the reunion show? I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and then we're going to start off with that on the second half of the Dear Vince podcast. I got to say it different because it's Dear Vince, all caps, exclamation point, then podcast. So on the Dear Vince podcast, episode 9, we'll be right back with you, and we're going to talk more about...
we ain't done.
We
ain't done.
Why... Rock, where were you at? How the fuck are you gonna have a Raw reunion without the fucking great one?
We ain't done with this shit. We gonna get this point across about Ron Simmons. Y'all gonna learn tonight. Y'all gonna learn tonight.
Y'all learn today.
Y'all not gonna sit up here and associate with my man with just one damn word.
Damn.
More than just a damn word.
And we're back, folks. Dear Vince Podcast, episode 9. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed what we've done already. Like, that's enough. Like, truthfully, we could be done with this shit now. But we're going to give you a little bit more. We're going to give you a little bit more, though. You know what? Let's start. We already said I was starting it off. Of where in the fuck was The Rock on the reunion
You know
show?
what, man? You know what? I mean, it would be easy for us to come up here and, verbally just...
Lash.
Just verbally just tear The Rock apart. But... To his credit, let's remember
he's a busy guy.
He is a busy guy, but not only that, he is pretty much the biggest movie star in the entire planet.
Yeah.
And, things come up. And you know what? I'm going to give, Dwayne the benefit of the doubt. I think if he could have cleared his schedule to be there for Raw reunion,
he would have.
I think he would have.
Yeah, he would have.
I think he would have. I seriously think he would have. If he would have never had all of these projects come up all at one time, and he was actually able to, find some time within his schedule to be there, I think he could have. Because, look at John Cena.
Yeah, he made it.
John Cena's like in a similar position. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think John Cena found some time in his schedule.
And he's more invested. He's more invested into the company, to be honest. Like to be honest, like shit, his I guess loyalty. Damn, those things that he sells.
Yeah, he's
it's
loyal.
True. He's
true,
extra loyal to the company.
But you know what? At the same time, though, I can't even be upset at The Rock. For going on to bigger and better things and
Greener
exploring.
pastures.
Greener pastures.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even be mad at him because, truthfully, let's just be 100% thorough. Hollywood money, movie money, is a lot more than professional wrestling money.
Mm-hmm,
even though WWE money is pretty damn good, but you can never tell by the bullshit that they put on TV every week. But be that as it may,
it is what it is.
I'm pretty sure WWE money is good money, but like I said, nothing don't beat be in front of the silver screen, though, man.
Yeah, money wise, yeah.
Like when you get a chance to have a career in Hollywood, like you take that shit. And I don't blame
you take that shit and you ain't got to take bumps. Like that's the thing. Like wrestling's fake, yeah, but they still taking those bumps and those shits hurt and those shits wear on you from through years of doing it. So you know what? Fuck it. Shout out to Rock. You wasn't there. You were there in spirit. How about that?
Yeah, man.
Let's jump.
Yeah,
you know what we got to talk about. We got to talk about Kofi and fucking Randy Orton bringing back the real deal animosity, beef, fucking whatever you want to call it, holding back. That's the realest shit ever, and I was so happy that they actually brought this angle.
Let me tell you, man.
Mm-hmm.
When going back to last week, like when I saw Randy Orton beat Kofi Kingston clean, I'm like, yeah, that's the match.
Oh yeah,
that's the match. I mean, we were all wondering what Kofi's next feud was going to be, where it sure as hell wasn't going to be this Smackville bullshit that they're putting together, talking about desperate measures.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
We knew that wasn't going to be, the next feud. I was like, it's going to be Orton and Kingston because, it's you wouldn't have Randy Orton pin Kofi Kingston clean, regardless if it was in a tag team match or not, if that wasn't going to be your next feud. And you know what? Mm-hmm. I think that this is a really good next feud for Kofi because, number one, it gives him a chance to actually do a feud that he did not actually get a chance to do because regardless of all the controversy that went on those 10 years ago with Kingston and Randy Orton, shout out to Good Beer right there with the belt. But, regardless of the controversy that went on those 10 years ago with Kingston and Orton, we never really got a chance to see that feud come to fruition.
Yeah, because he was buried, because he was under the dirt.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it ironic that 10 years later, things have changed, Kofi Kingston is now the one at the top, and now Randy Orton is the one being the hunter instead of being the hunted.
Yeah, definitely.
If you feel what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's definitely the hunted, and I just like the fact that they kind of painted the picture of the past and kind of educated people on it. And I'm pretty sure that people that watched this past was it SmackDown? Yeah, SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna Google it and they're gonna YouTube it rather, and then they're gonna see exactly what happened because I mean I re-looked it up. It was probably about a year ago. Like when Kofi's first, like when his push very first started, and I was deep diving into Kofi Kingston, and it put me back. Or I was like, oh shit, I remember this shit. But when you're younger and you're watching wrestling, you're not really looking deep into shit. But then I'm like, shit, yeah, okay, he was supposed to debut a new finisher. Kofi kind of botched the setup for the new finisher. And he had to hit I believe it was the RKO, and he screamed on him. Like he screamed on him, and it was a real scream. And I'm like, a lot of times we watch wrestling, we just like, okay, it's part of the show. But he was like, you stupid, you idiot. Like he just berated the shit out of him on live television. And after that, Kofi's push was no more.
Yeah,
and that's crazy.
But like I said,
I'm just happy that they're bringing it back. Kofi's revenge. That's what we're gonna call this thing.
But then again, though, AG, as as heartbreaking as it would be to a lot of wrestling fans, this could be very interesting. Where we could see Randy Orton
title change
for some reason or another win the WWE Championship again.
Could
I'm going to tell you why this could actually work. Because I'm not going to lie to you. AG. I'm just going to be 100% thorough with you right now.
We on the Dear podcast. That's the only thing we know how to do.
Exactly. So here's my concern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm all happy that Kofi has achieved the American dream of being like, you know what I'm saying, the first really ever legitimate, you know, African American WWE champion. While that does, you know, my blackness very, very good. From a professional wrestling fan standpoint, you know, as a fantasy booker / you know, creative writer, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if you feel the same way. This could just be me, but I still feel like there's something missing.
Yeah, it
Kofi.
is. You know,
I feel like this you know, this new day side of Kofi.
Yeah.
I feel like it's run its course. I really feel like it has.
It already has. Like, it's almost to where they've already somewhat, like, there's nothing organic about it. When you watch the New Day.
You're right.
Yeah, when you watch the New Day, it's just not hitting. He needs to go heel. Point blank, period.
Right, because my thing is, well, I was going to get to that, but more importantly than all that, I was going to say, even when you have like these super enthusiastic characters, you know what I'm saying, that are just jovial and, you know, just upbeat, you know, just lively every time you see them on screen, I feel like there has to be a sense of seriousness there. There has to be an edge. There has to be a form of aggression there to, you know, really balance out and really define what that particular character or gimmick is.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Think about all of these colorful, you know, charismatic WWE superstars that we've seen in the past, from like, you know, the Road Dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From the Hurricanes. You know what I'm saying? To let's see. I'm trying to think. The Oddities. You know what I'm saying?
Truthfully, the Dudleys.
The Dudleys,
especially Devon.
Yeah, Devon. You know what I'm saying? What's the?
Hey, real quick, hot take. Isn't that funny? Devon made it, and Bubba Ray wasn't there.
Yeah, but I couldn't. But
I mean,
I think that more so had to do with, you know, Ring of Honor be like, no.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're not. No. That's not gonna happen.
Well, look, hey, just give me a quick hot take on this too, since we're on it, because I already know I'm gonna forget about it and it won't be in the episode. You know what I'm saying? Jim Ross got the clearance to go to the reunion, and he still didn't pop up.
I mean, you know why that is.
AEW, yeah, but my thing though is, if there was a clearance to go, at some point there was a conversation of him going, and you would think that he would pop up, especially his homie fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin was there too. But I guess he is a loyal. I guess he's really invested in the AEW so much to where he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm good on that shit. Because the rumor mill said that he got a clearance to go, and that could truthfully be good marketing for the AEW and saying that, you know what I'm saying, even if he had no intentions of going, maybe that's just a thing that he said, like, no, go over there, it's good. You know what I'm saying?
You're probably right. You're probably right. But I mean, but going back to my point real quick is that going back to Kofi Kingston and, you know, this new day, you know, charismatic side of him, there has to be a balance with that. There has to be a level of seriousness. There has to be a level of aggression. There has to be an edge. Because think about, because let's look at it, AG, like, this guy is the fucking WWE champion. Yep. He's holding the top title, or the supposed top title of the entire organization.
That Universal belt was a made up bullshit. Like, I like the Universal belt, but tradition, man, tradition.
So pretty much, truth be told, Kofi Kingston is the top man in WWE. And, you know, even when you had, you know, another person, you know, let's talk about let's go to Hulk Hogan for just a second. The 90s the 90s version of Hogan, when he was, you know, WWF champion multiple times. Like, yeah, you know, he come out there ripping his shirt, you know what I'm saying, putting his hand on his ear, you know, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, you know, posing after every match and all of that good stuff. But guess what? When it came down to certain rivalries, that man was dead serious.
Oh yeah.
think about it. Let's look at
Warrior,
SummerSlam
Macho
19.
Man, yeah.
Well, yeah, Warrior. Yeah, I guess you could say that was serious. But yeah, definitely Macho. I mean, even going back to SummerSlam 1990, while we're in SummerSlam season, let's go back to SummerSlam 1990 with the earthquake.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then him coming back the following year in 91 with Sergeant Slaughter and General Adnan. I bet none of y'all jock sniffers remember that SummerSlam, do you?
There's no way. There's no way they do.
But my point is that, like you were saying, whether it's a heel turn or whether, he's just got to develop more of an attitude or something. Yep. In order for him to really be looked at as a legitimate WWE champion.
Yeah.
And even after he drops the WWE title, just to remain in the main event scene, there has to be a level of edginess, aggressiveness, and seriousness to Kofi Kingston.
It's going to happen because, just how you said, that the New Day gimmick has kind of run its course. It's going to have to be that. And then also, from that, I think we even talked about it last episode, that's going to be the beginning of the Big E push. They're going to do it. Like, the whole positivity movement of the New Day is going to pretty much just go under. Like, pretty much this is going to self-destruct. And the New Day, because you got to think of it. When have you had a tag team or even like a triple man, like a stable, or even like a 4 horsemen type of deal, to where all 3 participants in that gimmick and in that stable could be legitimate singles fucking superstars? All 3 of them.
You're right.
Like we have, we have Big E, charismatic, funny, strong as fucking all hell. You have Kofi, which is the champion, and you have Xavier Woods, that truthfully is one of the best workers in the WWE right now as far as in-ring ability. It has to self-implode to where all 3 of these guys can take off, like almost like a Shield thing.
Yeah, I mean you're right about that. But my only thing with that is that especially when you talk about Xavier Woods, because my thing is with E, I'm not so much worried about E because, again, for all of you jock snippers out there that have no fucking memory, before he became this jolly old hip swiveling, you know what I'm saying, charismatic, fun-loving, strong man.
He was a legitimate bad motherfucker.
Yeah, let's not forget, this was Dolph Ziggler's muscle back when Dolph Ziggler was fucking Dolph Ziggler, when he was on top of the fucking world, when he was the show stealer. Okay? So Big E, I'm not worried about Big E in that sense because I know, like, with the right booking, Big E can get back to that serious, edgy, aggressive side because we've already seen that before.
And his promos are crazy.
Right. Now, in terms of Xavier Woods, the jury's still out on that. And even Kofi Kingston, the jury's still out on, can he get more serious? Can he get more aggressive? Can he get more edgy? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like,
it's a time thing.
Yeah.
They got to time
so
it
I'm
out.
like, if you do separate the New Day, I think it's going to be more so, what can Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston do? As pure singles performers. Because we all know what Big E's capable of.
Like, well, you talking about adversaries? Like, you think that would be the feud that they would make
not
between the clan?
so much adversaries, because I think that would be a little bit too predictable. I'm just talking about in terms of them just prospering as, pure singles performers. Like, you put them in certain programs, like with other, upper mid-card performers. That's what I'm saying. Can Xavier Woods find that edginess, that aggressiveness, and that serious side? Because we've seen this. We've seen his. To be honest with you, man,
you've seen this intense side. You've seen this intense side. But when he gets angry, when he gets angry on cam, you believe it. He's believable. He's a good actor. I put it that way. He's a good actor.
To be honest with you, man, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The jury's still out on that with me. The same thing with Kofi. I mean, we've seen flashes and glimpses of it, but, you know, I need to see a whole program where Kofi is just like straight, no nonsense, down to business. I'm ready to kick your ass type dude.
But you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy though? With this whole Randy Orton feud, we may get to see that. Like, hopefully we have at least a month. Hopefully we have like 3 to 4 weeks until SummerSlam to where we can actually see the focus.
I hope so.
Side of Kofi Kingston.
And when I say focus, I'm talking about do away with the damn pancakes, do away with the damn dancing and Millie rocking and baby, like do away with that shit.
Yeah, and be
like just come out. Come to the ring, cut a very serious promo,
and new ring entrance music. New ring entrance music. Period.
Right.
That New Day shit's lame.
Why. Right, and tell us why you're going to beat Randy Orton's ass and retain your WWE Championship. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. That's all I want. I just want Kofi Kingston.
It's gonna happen.
To walk to the ring, no pancakes, no gimmicks, no flair, no nothing. No pun intended, by the way. And just get in the ring, grab the microphone, and just be serious and tell us why you're going to beat the shit out of Randy Orton.
It's going to happen.
And why he can't fuck with you as WWE champion.
It's going to happen because that was the whole promo this past SmackDown. It was like kind of almost the beginning of that. You know what I'm saying? Just how he brought back that he was bitter for being buried by him for having the influence. So that truthfully I'm thinking that's what they're on the way to doing. They're about to really legitimately make him a competitor and not a fucking sideshow and like a lame, but that's the thing I hate. I hate seeing Big E fucking big ass up there dancing fucking, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
To be honest with you, man, New Day is lame to me.
Yeah, it is lame.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was hip to him.
It's only good for kids.
For a little while.
It's not good for. Right. It's not good for wrestling fans. It's only attracting to kids. I'm not attracted to that because I'm a grown black dude, and I've watched wrestling my entire fucking life, and to see that they still have to do that in order to hold fucking 3 belts. That's bullshit.
And it wasn't any better that they let these fools do like a whole hour of fucking commentary.
Ridiculously, yeah.
I'm just like, why do you have New Day on commentary throughout the whole first hour of a WWE show?
Yeah,
because like they completely just ruined like Shawn Michaels' whole entrance. Like, I wanted to sit there and enjoy that.
Yeah, singing over it and dancing.
But that's what I'm saying. You had Xavier. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I don't believe right now that Xavier can play a serious edgy character because of this shit.
But you know why?
He sounds like a fucking 18-year-old that doesn't get any pussy, that just sits at home and plays video games and eats pizza and asking his mom, like, you know, what time of day it is. I mean, seriously. And then Big E, you know what I'm saying?
He just plays along.
He's supposed to be this big, badass, strong man.
He plays along.
Like, he's sitting up there, you know what I'm saying?
Air guitaring with the belt.
Gyrating all over the seat and stuff. And I'm like, wait, you telling me you lifted over 500 pounds for a living?
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me I'm supposed to be intimidated by you if I walk into a club and see your big ass?
Yeah, exactly. I'll smack the shit out of you.
Come on, man.
Hey, Big E, if you listen, I'll smack the shit out of you.
And I believe you will. I believe you will.
Real shit, man.
I mean, you might get your ass kicked, but I believe you'll slap the shit out of him.
I'll catch him in the trunk. But no, what do we do?
He ain't gonna be ready for that.
He ain't gonna be ready for that shit. He thinking about the power bomb and he fucking on his way up. He fucking passing the fuck out. But
you can't bench press that, Big E.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Well, shit. SmackDown was very, I ain't gonna say uneventful because it was actually a good episode. But other than that, there wasn't that much more going on. Do you want to talk about? I mean, we'll be real brief on this. Do you want to talk about the whole Kevin Owens and then break off of that, and then talk a little bit about AEW's new show, and then after that, we got another classic.
Yeah.
Or do you think that Kevin Owens is worth talking about? Because all it is Stone Cold Steve Austin 2.0 is where they're going with it.
No, Kevin Owens is definitely worth talking about. And I just want to say, to your point, I would probably describe SmackDown this week as 50-50. I'll put it like that. I wouldn't say it was great. I wouldn't say it sucked.
Yeah, it was just good.
Say it was 50-50.
It was just good.
That's how I put it. But yeah, going on to KO though, man. You know, even though it is, you know, a very predictable push that he's getting, you know, and it's very, like you said, Stone Cold-esque.
Stone Cold Vince McMahon, but then now they have like, and that's the thing, WWE, and I know y'all listening, like with the when it was Stone Cold hating the boss, hating Vince McMahon and whatever, giving him a stunner, it was different because then it was more shocking because he's the actual boss and he's not in the ring having like in-ring matches. This is not working for the fact that you're having Shane too competitive in the pool. Like Shane McMahon, you almost don't even look at him as like I ain't gonna say a CEO, but like you don't look at him as like an executive behind the scenes. You look at him as a fucking wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally look at Shane McMahon as like the new school Tommy Dreamer / fucking Sandman. He can't wrestle. He comes out and like almost normal looking. Yeah. That's how he's
not even worthy. He's not even worthy of that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's my thing is like, so when you have so when you have exactly. So when you have Kevin Owens come out to defy the boss, just use air quotes right there when I said that. Are you sure your
beard's and spiked? I just want to ask that question.
No.
Tommy Dreamer?
Yeah.
You sure?
Tommy Dreamer. Because Tommy Dreamer is only good for like punch kicks and a couple decent spots. And that's all.
You're right.
That's all Shane McMahon is for. Is like the coast to coast and jumping off the fucking top turnbuckle to the outside onto a fucking table or some bullshit like that. And like,
no, you are right about that.
Yeah, and it's just the thing. Like when Stone Cold comes out and gives Vince McMahon a stunner, it's shocking because he's given the stunner. He's defying the game, and he's, you know what I'm saying. He's anti the boss. When Kevin Owens is having his back and forth and giving Shane McMahon the stunner, it's like, he's stunning a half wrestler, half back of the house dude. So it's not as funny, and it's not as edgy, and it's not as attitude-ish. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing hardcore about that. Like when Stone Cold is beating the shit out of Vince, it's crazy. When he's doing it to Shane, it's nothing, because I look at Shane as part of the roster more than fucking the, you know what I'm saying?
You're right. No,
bullshit.
You make a good point. But here's my whole thing about the situation. Like, even this, matter of fact, just take Shane out of the equation. I'm just going to talk about Owens. Okay? The fact that they've let this guy, quote unquote, really have creative control in this whole thing. Because, I mean, let's look at it for what it is. Like, this was pretty much a manufactured thing. This just all of a sudden just came about.
Yeah, brand new.
Like a couple of weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, because before, Kevin Owens was pretty much in limbo. Like, we didn't know what the fuck this guy was doing. Because, like, 1 minute, you know, he's with Sami Zayn helping, gang up on, like...
Which is the best option, to be honest. They play off of each other very well, and that is good. Like, this shit is annoying, almost.
Right, but you know, on one hand, you got him, you know, with Sami Zayn, you know, trying to, you know, gang up on Roman Reigns and all the other, you know, baby faces or whatever. And then all of a sudden you turn around and it's like, oh, now he's got a problem with Shane. And, you know, now all of a sudden he wants to speak up for all the, you know, underutilized talent backstage. But I'll tell you what, even though it is a clusterfuck, I'll say it's a good clusterfuck because you know what? Mm-hmm. Sometimes when WWE throws turds at the wall, as crazy as this might sound,
they turn into diamonds.
That's actually a good analogy, but I wasn't about to say that. But that is good though.
I'm about to tweet that.
But I was going to say that, you know, sometimes when WWE, you know, throws turds at the wall, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they become gold. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's basically what this Kevin Owens, Stone Cold, whatever you want to call it, push has become. Mm-hmm. As predictable as it is.
But then that's the thing, though, as far as like just how we say as predictable as it is, it makes it even more annoying to me that he's even adopted the stunner as the finisher. And it's like a finisher that no one's going to kick out. Like, I don't like it, man. Like, I love Kevin Owens. Like, he's one of the funniest dudes in the WWE. I love his promos. I like his in-ring work. But I just don't like this shit. I don't like this shit with him. I think that they should slap him back with Sami Zayn. And truthfully, where the fuck is Sami? Or he wrestled on Thursday. But Sami Zayn needs more TV time. Shane, fall back. And it's just, I just don't like it. Like, period. I just don't like it.
Well, here's it. Well.
How about this? They would have been smarter had they had Sasha Banks feud with Stephanie McMahon exactly how they're doing. How about that? Have Sasha Banks, you know what I'm saying? Do it on the female side to get the females over so all of us that remember the great fucking Stone Cold Vince McMahon, do it for the females and then get the female division over. You know what I'm saying? Make Stephanie McMahon Vince McMahon back then, because I'm pretty sure she could sell it more and she ain't trying to fucking step in the ring as much as and be on TV as much as Shane does. That's what they should have done.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's you know what? I never thought about that. That actually is a very good idea. Because, man, I'm telling you, the women's division, woo, so much for a damn revolution, right? Gave y'all one good pay-per-view, and now y'all going back down the shit.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Dear Vince.
Thanks a lot.
Dear Vince, this is a podcast. Listen to it and fucking do it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. But shit, you know what? Let's go on to AEW, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not, right?
It's on Wednesday, but I watched the trailer. You watched the trailer as well. I cannot remember. Is it Wednesday Night Dynamite, or what?
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't even know if it's going to be called that shit. That's just something that I just saw, you know, when they were first, you know, trying to officialize this whole thing. But who knows what the fuck it'll be called. But I know it'll be a fire-ass name.
It's going to be
I just know that because it's and all elite wrestling.
Hey, but that's something that I ask you, too. Is it – because I saw or read and saw in the trailer, I guess the first one's going to be done in Washington, D.C. at a certain arena. I'm not sure the name of the arena, but
the Capital One Arena.
Yeah, the Capital One Arena. Is every show going to be at the Capital One Arena, or will they be touring to where it's like they'll come to Atlanta and we can see them here? Oh, okay.
They'll be touring. They'll be touring around different cities. It's just going to be the
inaugural one.
Show.
Okay, will be there. Yeah. Okay, because that was my thing. Because I was thinking, I'm like, shit, because I had the whole thought that it would be done in Jacksonville there, but I guess that's not probably big
You know
enough.
what? That is a good. That is a good point. But you know what? I think what'll happen, just if I was trying to predict it, I think what'll happen is like, you know, maybe for one of those, I don't know what type of show it'll be, but they're gonna save that for like one of those special shows. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it's like how WCW used to do back with the spring break thing and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Like when spring break comes, like next year in like 2020, I think they'll have like just one of those special episodes from
like
Jacksonville.
City?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. It is what it is. So, what do you think? All right, look, because we don't really have that much fucking more substance to talk about. How do you think this new AEW product on a weekly basis is going to impact SmackDown and Raw. Do you think that they're just going to – and also, how long of a show do they have? Is it a 2-hour show? A 1-hour show?
2-hour show from 8 to 10.
2-hour show. Okay, so so now we're going to really get to start building characters and building feuds and shit like that now. So
that's
what's up. So how are they going to – like, what are they going to do in order to really – make an impact and truthfully, like, you know what, we're here.
This is what I think. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna get the obvious out of the way. Of course, the in-ring quality has to be top notch. But judging by what I've seen from these last 3 pay-per-views that they put on, that's not going to be a problem.
No.
Now, here is the 2 key elements that is going to make this a complete success and just have WWE completely backpedaling and have them more desperate than ever. And the first thing is actually a very minor thing, if you can believe that, but I think it's still important. I think production and presentation is going to really be one of the key elements that's going to drive this thing home. And if you remember a couple of episodes back when we were first talking about AEW, I believe even before Double or Nothing was coming up, I remember what I was telling you about, what was it, visual promotion? You remember me telling you about that?
Yeah.
That's going to be more prevalent than ever now that we're marching towards the big debut on TNT on October 2nd.
Are you talking about like being the elites and stuff like that?
No. I'm glad you brought that up. No, I'm not talking about being the elite. I'm talking about video packages. I'm talking about, video packages for the big feuds that are going to kick off in the company. I'm talking about promos.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Weigh-ins as well.
Not so much weigh-ins, but more importantly,
yeah, because that's for mainly the pay-per-views, never.
Yeah,
I'm
but
drunk,
more
guys.
importantly, like when the pay-per-views come up, the video packages in terms of the build-up to the actual match on the pay-per-view. I'm talking about like from the episodes to the run-ins to the face-to-faces they have in the ring, or if they shoot some type of angle where they attack them outside of the arena. All of that shit, all of that visual presentation, all of that visual promotion, I should say, is going to be one of the key elements that is going to drive this thing home. And I know that's a minor thing, and I know a lot of people may not think about that as much, but it is very important.
Will the WWE adopt that same thing? Because I'm seeing a lot of different camera angles in the WWE that I'm not used to seeing.
No, because they don't have to.
Yeah, because
they don't have to, because they
already got the viewership now.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the veterans here. They're seasonal. They've been doing this for decades.
Have you not noticed seeing different camera angles, like almost like from the camera being right back to the entrance where they walk out of the curtain? We haven't been seeing that.
You gotta evolve.
Yeah, switch it up some. Yeah.
That's all WWE's doing is evolving, but they ain't got to do shit.
But they're not. But that's the thing though that sucks, and that's the good thing that AEW exists, because if AEW never existed, we never would see this evolution in even video production, because
you're right.
They're like, the wheel isn't broken, don't try to fix it, is how it's been for like 10 years. But now that AEW is like kind of pushing them up against the wall, we're seeing better camera angles. We're seeing truthfully better light. Because like my thing, like I said, I do video and all this shit, so I kind of look at like all the little small intricacies of things. And like I said, it's all about the details. All about the details. But now they're more detailed.
And being that is your level of expertise and your area of expertise, I would understand, why you would put more emphasis on that. But what I'm saying is that being that the in-ring quality is going to be there, it is going to be the visual promotion and the video presentation and production that is going to really drive this thing home. Now, here's the number one and most important thing. Like, besides the ratings and all of that other stuff, that is going to make AEW flat out successful. And, you know, I'm just being neutral here when I say this, because then again, as excited as we are about this brand new company coming to fruition or whatever, you know, we have to be realists at the same time and hope that they don't make the same mistakes that their competitors have made in the past. And what I mean by that is that when you have your main event stars, hear me when I say this, when you have your mid-card and main event stars established, you absolutely positively have to push these people the way that they are supposed to be pushed. Period.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Because that is the main mistake that WWE has made these recent years.
Look at Roman Reigns right now. Look at Roman Reigns right now. He's a mid-carder to me. Like, in my eyes of knowing wrestling and watching wrestling, he's a mid-carder. He is a mid-carder. They have constantly failed. Yeah, they have constantly failed in building new stars. That has been their biggest flaw. They have not built up their future, you know, for the next couple of years. And that is not the mistake that I want All Elite Wrestling to make. They won't. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't believe. I'm believing in hoping that they won't either. But like I said, you still have to, you know, kind of have that realism about it, because, you know, we have to understand too.
It's so easy to happen. It's so easy to just weirdly happen. Like, oh shit, we did a 1.5 whatever not pay per view.
But not only that, the main thing behind that is that, you know, we forget, you know, this is a company that is being run by wrestling talent. Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, you know, Kenny Omega. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are, you know, this is wrestling performers running a wrestling company.
Yep.
So it's very easy for them to get caught up in their own ego and just push themselves to the moon.
Yeah, but I'm believing and hoping they won't do. Hopefully they won't, but the thing with that is the fact that they know how it should look. Just how you said that Bubba Ray said about Bray Wyatt, you have to know when to put your foot down. You need to put your foot down. You have a bunch of guys now being four, you know, you got Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and who else? Cody. Like, they have people that don't have to put their foot down because they are the foot. Like, they are, you know what I'm saying, the backing as far as creative. So exactly what they want it to look like and exactly what they envision the shit to look like, they can just make it happen, and they don't have to sit there and like coax someone to fucking go their way. They don't have to sway anybody because they are, like, they're the last say as far as creative, and that's why I think that the AEW is going to fucking do their thing.
Yeah, no, I believe it too. But my thing is that, you know, with that being said, when they go into that creative, professional backstage mode, when they're not in the ring, and let's just say, you know, a certain talent has an idea of, you know, what they want to do in the midst of their push. I'm just hoping that they have the presence of mind and the wisdom to listen to that talent. Because let's be honest, 90 times out of 100, the talent knows how to get themselves over more than the people in creative do. That's just because they're the ones out there performing it and displaying it.
And here we go. Being the elite. Being the elite. And they're allowed to vlog themselves and say whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? That in itself is a thing that Cody can look at. And
that's true.
Yeah, and kind of look at it. Like Sammy Guevara, I think Sammy Guevara is going to go very far in this company for the fact that he's been vlogging his wrestling career for like 2-3 years. I've been a subscriber before an AEW even existed, and
right.
Yeah, I think he's going to go far.
No, but I was going to say, and while you're right, And while, yes, they do have being the elite, the bottom line is, when you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, creating a revolution and, you know, changing the wrestling world and all of this other stuff, being the elite is great. But when it's all said and done, it's got to happen on that tube, man.
Yeah.
It's got to happen on that TV screen.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you've got starving, diehard wrestling fans that want good, entertaining wrestling in the ring. And then number two, they want authentic storylines that they can invest in. And number three, they want characters and wrestlers that they can emotionally invest in and get behind.
Yeah, and that are
so
believable.
Yes, being the elite is good. But what I'm saying is, if a talent comes to them and has an idea creatively on how they can push themselves, that's why I'm hoping and believing that Cody and the Bucks and Omega will consider that and listen to that talent and be like, okay, well, you know what? If you feel like this is comfortable for you and if you feel like this could get you over the best, then let's try it. That's what I'm hoping.
I'm hoping
Tony
so as well.
Khan included.
Tony Khan, shout out Tony Khan, shout out AEW, shout out. Truthfully, to be totally honest, the WWE Universe, y'all are doing way better than I expected around this time of the year compared to last year. This is the Dear Vince Podcast, episode 9, and I hope you all enjoyed this thing. We're going to talk off podcast for a moment because I have a great idea for next week's episode. If that episode is agreeable, I guess I'll tweet it. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter at It's Beer Drink. What's your handle on Twitter, man?
Even though I don't use it,
you use the one that you use. What's your Facebook handle? Whatever one you're more active on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, in that case, my IG is at Voice with the Choice.
Voice with the Choice, at Voice with the Choice. If you can't spell that, I just need y'all to just stop listening. Voice with the Choice. So that's his IG. Also, my IG is fucking at Beer Drink Shawty. This has been episode 9. Next week, we're gonna get a topic, I think, because it's the 10th episode. That's kind of a big deal, folks.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal.
Can y'all believe it?
Thank you.
Can y'all believe it?
Thank all of you.
10 episodes in already.
And killing it. So it is what it is, what it ain't, what it's going to be.
And think
it's
about
me.
this, y'all, real quick. And think about this. We only started this shit a couple of months ago. And we're about to be on our 10th episode. Think about that, y'all.
Every week, folks.
What professional wrestling podcast do you know that's gotten off to this hot of a start?
Yep,
like
definitely.
We have here at the Dear Vince Podcast. Like,
duh. That's how it goes.
Man.
That's how it goes.
Like, dude, I guarantee you, like, it's gonna be like what, a couple of months from now, we're gonna be into like our 100th episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is what it is. Like I said, we may pull out some impromptu things whenever wrestling actually gets interesting, but nothing out of the ordinary ever happens. So it's just a weekly now. But trust me, always look out for
you,
Dear Vince Podcast.
Y'all better jump on this train because it's steaming. Y'all better jump on this damn train because it's steaming, man. I'm telling you.
Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all enjoyed it. Episode 9, episode 10 coming up next week, guys.
Yeah. Dear Vince Podcast, baby. Dear Drake Shawty.
Who are
Wrestling
you?
Mastermind.
George Kennebrew.
Jock Sniffers. Who are you? Nobody.
Hey.